Hey folks, Grant here, and this week's shot challenge is going to be a stalking shot. I'm going to shoot a separate video because I've had a lot of questions this week about still hunting and stalking on the ground, and to give some tips on hunting in that method, because a lot of people tree stand hunt, which is just fine. This week's shot challenge is going to be a hunting shot. It's going to be a stalking shot. You're going to shoot from a low crouch position, and what you're going to do though is you're going to activate what I call live string. This is a hallmark of the instinctive shooting method I teach for shooting a bow, covering the Archer's Trinity, which is 3 points in your process. And it's really meant to develop a great foundation for bow hunting shots, not target shooting. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start off and we're gonna do a bit of a walk down. I'm gonna finish my walk down at about 20 yards. I'm gonna walk past the camera here, give myself about another 5 yards. So I'm gonna walk down to about 20 yards and take a shot. And you're gonna see that I'm actually not gonna kind of raise up. I'm gonna sort of stay in that position I'm in. This is in order to simulate the animal not seeing you, all right? Okay, stay with me. All right, let's take a look at that shot. So that worked out all right. I want to talk about this for a minute here. So what I'm really trying to do here is I'm trying to not release my focus on that animal, and more importantly, not the whole animal. So when I start making a stalk in an animal and it gets within what I call my gap, what the heck am I talking about? My gap is that distance where I know I've already been shooting for. So even if I won't shoot at a deer at 40 yards, I've been practicing out to 40. So once that animal gets within my gap, that's that mental switch is thrown. I got a chance of getting a shot at this thing, right? There's a lot of mental game to my shooting process. Once I get into my gap, then I totally switch over. I start getting ready by activating what I call live string. I've talked about this a little bit before in my instructionals. You're going to engage that string with a little bit of tension. What that does is it presets your whole shooting process. Now, I don't care how you aim, it doesn't matter. But when you start getting preset, your brain is already starting to process going over that shot. Subconsciously, you're not so vocalizing, oh no, I'm going to shoot, no, I'm not going to shoot. You stop the internal chatter and you focus on exactly where you want that arrow placement to go. I just got out here today. I'm running a little late. I want to get into the stand and I'm definitely going to warm up, but that was my first cold shot today. I have practiced that shot hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times because I do most of my hunting off the ground, still hunting and stalking. And when it involves a deer like a whitetail, they are already paranoid as heck walking around, even through their bedding and feeding areas. So you got to really be careful. You don't have time to raise up. The last thing I do when I'm hunting, even if I'm in a static position, is I will actually not stop an animal to meep it. I will not let it know I'm there at all. I don't want to give them any precognition, any type of warning that they're about to be, hit with an arrow or anything else, or even know that I'm even there. This is really important. Even with a compound bow, 300 and some feet per second compared to a rifle is slow. Come on, let's get it through our heads, folks. This little bow I'm shooting here, my Damon Howard high speed, it's about 53, 54 pounds at my draw length. This bow was made when I was about 4 years old, 72. And it's a sweet little shooter. It's a great bow all around for deer hunting, especially the areas I hunt here. And I have gotten used to this bow and it's very wieldy. What do I mean by that? It's tossable. It's very forgiving. I can make little tiny mistakes and it'll help me out. A lot of the times because I've connected and indexed my grip so many times, that is connecting to my grip control on that bow. So it's really simple. The basics matter, but when you're still hunting and stalking, I want to start focusing on that shot well within my gap. So that could be 40, 50, 60 yards that I know I got a chance at this thing. How do I get close? That's one of the biggest questions I get. The biggest skill, the largest, most important skill you can develop for still hunting, stalking, and ground hunting, any game species, is patience. Slow, slow, slow. If I'm walking, I'm moving very slowly. I've gotten very used to my bow and shooting from those obtuse positions. I did a whole article in Traditional Bowhunter magazine on this, on the rule of 3, position, angle, distance, including another article on the principle of 1 arrow at a time. I do not shoot for groups. Very, very rarely do I shoot for groups. If I do, it's usually a focused eye drill of some kind where I'm actually maybe using a closed eye drill for the first shot. The second shot's a confirmation of where my sight window is or my sight picture or whatever I happen to be working on. Okay, so it's super simple. Get the drill down. The shot challenge this week is a stalking shot, and you're going to take that shot almost as if you notice when I came out to shoot, I was still almost moving a little tiny bit. I just became static for a moment in time, and I took that shot. This is very similar to many of the deer I've taken off the ground. Is very similar to this. I don't want to pop up above the cover. I want to keep myself down low in the cover so I don't expose myself. Remember the rules of camouflage: shape, shadow, sheen, okay, silhouette. I want to make sure I'm still in that cover and shoot from it. Try it out, and I hope it works for you guys. It's just real simple. 1 point for a good vital hit, and it's a miss. It's a 0 for the other ones. All right, good luck to everyone out there deer hunting. Hope that helps answer some questions. Cheers.